Good morning. My name is Iris, and I am here to honor one of my heroes, the fabulous, the one, the only Carolyn Myss. What I love most about you, and there's a lot of different things, when you first came out as having the courage to say that you were a medical intuitive and share what you had learned, it was very profound for all of us who are on a spiritual path. And the most profound thing I got from you that has been so true over the years is how you talked about how we all become experts about our wounds and how woundology is literally the only language that most people have for connection, for communication. And of course, we all understand that sharing our wounds, Earth School can be challenging and it can engender some compassion and some connection. However, we become experts about our wounds. We focus more on what we don't want than on what we do want. And your talk about the language of woundology really struck a chord for me and so many other people. I ended up becoming a clinical hypnotherapist, and I know the importance of focusing on what we want, not just on what we don't want. Empowering language, all of that's been incredibly important to me. A lot of that is thanks to you, Carolyn Myss. The main thing I want to share with you is how you have inspired me. So, at that time, way back in the 90s, over 30 years ago, when I first became familiar with you, and you talked about the language of woundology and how we're all experts with it, I seriously planted the seed. Help me find a new language of intimacy. We need it, we want it, and if anybody's going to find it, I'm determined to find it. Well, I feel like you have inspired me to find it. And the language of intimacy for me is honoring people, doing honoring tributes like I'm going to do for you right now. Honoring people. When we learn to honor other people, we learn to honor ourselves. So I've created a simple format for honoring tributes. I've also done a wonderful thing for visionary evolving genius, honoring improv, and noble storytellers. I've come up with all kinds of fun ways, as well as my honoring awards that I sell on Etsy. Nevertheless, this is not about me. This is about you. I hope you find this, Carolyn Myss, because you have sincerely inspired me. And I'm going to use my simple format to tell you just how much you have. What I admire most about you is your wisdom and your willingness. I've seen a lot of your wonderful YouTube programs. Thank you for your generosity in sharing your wisdom freely, universally, for all these years. Oh, your inner qualities I honor most may be way too many to mention. Your wisdom, your compassion, your insight, and of course, your sense of humor. Your sense of the ironic is really fun for me, always has been. I also feel you have a sense of equality that's beautiful. You honor all people. I can absolutely sense how you honor everyone all the time, including yourself. And that's a wonderful thing. What I will always remember about you is the impact you made on my life when you talked about how we hang on to our wounds and woundology and how profound that was at the time and still absolutely is. And how that planted for me the seed about I want to discover a new language of intimacy. Pretty please, let's move beyond woundology into a new language of intimacy, which for me has become honoring other people and therefore learning to honor ourselves. I really appreciate how much you appreciate education, lifelong learning, helping people wake up. We're all evolving geniuses. I know that, you know that, and you're very good at inspiring other people to move in that direction. I really honor you for that. I honor you because you're also aware of our biggest challenges, like how we hang on to our wounds, how it absolutely causes all kinds of havoc physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, socially, financially, and universally. And how you have answers for that, how you share your wisdom, you share your insight, and have done so for, wow, over 30 years that I know of. And I know you've done it voluntarily and with a willing spirit, and I honor you for that. I see you as a person who is committed to helping all of us wake up to what really matters. I see you as a person who is committed to a deep sense of humanity, what that means, what that feels like, what that looks like, and that visionary part of yourself in terms of where we're headed and what it can look like. That's big stuff for me. I trust your future is bright because what you value most is truth, fairness, justice, evolution, waking up, sharing, giving, and so much more. You bring a lot of fabulous fun, girlfriend. Your stuff is fun. It's interesting. It's intriguing. And I'm sure you have inspired a lot of YouTube influencers. Not so much me, because I ain't the greatest influencer, but you've inspired so many, including me, truly, to share what it is we think, what it is we feel, what it is we know, and to be of service to others in whatever possible ways we can. Oh, your forms of service, I appreciate all of them. One-on-one, YouTube, way back with Sounds True. I think the first time I heard about you was from a cassette tape. So I honor the many forms of service that you have given and continue to give over so many years. Precious Carolyn Myss. You help us all evolve in meaningful social ways by being a consistent presence, that we can listen to your wisdom, that you share your insight. It's available all the time. Thank you so much. I trust you will continue to develop your intuitive awareness, your wisdom, and your willingness. Just seems like it's priceless. I also feel you will continue to develop your love of anonymous giving. You know, I created the website anonymousexpressions.com back in 2002 because I knew the value and the importance of honoring people anonymously. And sure enough, who had a beautiful quote about anonymously honoring people, essentially, because it has no agenda. And what a beautiful gift it is. So on my website, there has been a quote from you, fabulous Carolyn Myss, since 2002 when I first created it. And I absolutely wanted to thank you for that. I know the power of anonymous giving, and you do too. And I certainly honor you for that. A song or quote that makes me think of you would probably be one of my favorite quotes, which is, "The mind creates the abyss and the heart crosses it." I have no idea who wrote it. I've loved it for years. I've loved you for years. I want to honor you so much for the gift that you are. And the award that I have chosen for you with my Evolving Genius Awards, the one that absolutely fits. Of course, there are many, but Wisdom Keeper, I would like to honor you briefly with this award. And if I had an address, I would send you a hard copy. Wisdom Keeper Award for Carolyn Myss. A keeper of great wisdom is what you truly are. You exude wisdom, grace, like a vibrant, shining star. Great wisdom and precious knowledge abides within you. We are grateful to receive it, birthing consciousness anew. You inspire us all to bring forth our very best. You guide so many, and we feel so very blessed. You hold so much pure wisdom of what is good and universally true. We hereby bow deeply with reverence and respect to sincerely honor you. Your universal wisdom is absolutely beyond measure, This makes you a precious global treasure. Thank you and congratulations. Yay! Thank you, Carolyn Myss. You inspire me. You inspire so many. And I hope that you will take a moment perhaps and consider my honoring tributes, um, my honoring awards. I feel like honoring people is a new language of intimacy. We get to honor people for all of those beautiful inner qualities, all their forms of service, and not just for what they do, but for who they are. The mothers and the caregivers and the people who serve with dedication and loyalty and a profound willingness. I could go on for a very long time. I won't. I love you. I appreciate you, and I deeply honor you, Carolyn Myss.